The Invisalign Outcome Simulator is an exclusive patient engagement and communication tool on the iTero scanner. This tool generates a simulated outcome of a patient's potential future smile following the Invisalign treatment, designed to assist in patient treatment acceptance. It can be run on the scanner or viewed through any computer via the myitero.com portal. Let's find out how easy it is to use the Invisalign Outcome Simulator on your scanner and via the myitero.com portal. After scanning your patient and sending the case to IDS, the Invisalign Doctor site, tap Patients on the scanner. The scan can also be accessed through Orders. To access the scans, select the required patient from the list. Locate and select the scan on which you wish to run the Invisalign Outcome Simulator. Tap the Invisalign Outcome Simulator button. When the simulation is generated, if necessary, adjust the axis lines and tooth numbers. The scan and Invisalign Outcome Simulator can be accessed the same way via the myitero.com portal. To access the simulator from any computer, first, open a web browser. Go to the myitero.com portal and log in with the same username and password used for the scanner. On the home screen, click Patients. Select the required patient from the list. Locate and select the scan where you wish to run the Invisalign Outcome Simulator. Click the Invisalign Outcome Simulator button. Then, click Open in the dialog box. If this is the first time you are opening the simulator from this computer, it will prompt a one-time download of the simulation software. Click the link to start the download. After the software is downloaded and installed for the first time, you will see the Invisalign Outcome Simulator icon on the desktop. After clicking the Open Outcome Simulator button on the dialog box, the software will run automatically. The upper toolbar includes multiple viewing options and features for highlighting different types of information. Use the 3D Model section tools to control the display of information on the patient's model. The Number tool allows you to hide or display the tooth numbers. The numbering system is determined by the setting in the scanner under the arch settings. The options include the Universal, FDI, and Palmer tooth numbering systems. The IPR tool toggles the display of simulated IPR values, displayed within white rhomboid shapes and controls. This tool allows you to adjust the values, add IPR, change how much IPR is in an area, or move IPR when adjusting the outcome. The Difficulty tool shows the tooth movements planned throughout the treatment, classified by level of difficulty. Color-coded dots show the levels of difficulty. Blue dots indicate moderate difficulty, and black dots indicate a high level of difficulty. No dots are displayed if there are no difficult movements. Note that you can also tap on the dots and see the movement difficulty level for that tooth. The Occlusal tool toggles a 3D view of the arches in occlusion, transposing the contact areas for easy visualization of both sets of teeth. Heavy occlusal contacts are shown in red, and moderate contacts are shown in green. To examine the scans, use the 7 view shortcuts in the Primary Views section. For example, you can select either the maxillary or mandibular views, or select both arches and rotate the model to showcase different views, such as the right buccal view and more. The first view shows the upper jaw only, then the lower jaw only, the maxillary occlusal view, the right buccal view, the anterior view, and the left buccal view. The last view is the mandibular occlusal. You can also drag the model and rotate it freely in each view. These primary views allow you to present the model to the patient and focus on one area of interest at a time. You can also rotate the model manually to show any of these views by dragging the model on the screen. You can also display a side-by-side before and after image by tapping the Back button. When you make changes to the simulated outcome, you can undo and redo your changes. Undo and redo to go backward or forward in one action. The File Operations bar allows you to open or save a simulated outcome and share it with the patient. You can also save the simulation after making changes. Saving allows you to work on multiple simulated outcomes for a single patient. The Share button allows you to share the simulation with the patient after inputting all necessary information. Please note that sharing the PHI is the clinician's responsibility. To set the treatment goals for the simulation, tap the Treatment Goals button. Change the tooth status by selecting the tooth on the chart and changing its status to unmovable or extracted. Use the Clear option to remove prior actions implemented on the tooth. You can also adjust the simulation settings to allow IPR or anterior-posterior correction adjustment. After making the changes, the Update Simulation button becomes active, indicating that the simulation will be updated to reflect the changes. There are scenarios where you may want to adjust the tooth status or simulation settings to generate accurate outcomes. First, when the patient has an implant, mark the tooth as unmovable. Second, when considering extractions, indicate the tooth or teeth that need to be removed. Third, check the anterior-posterior correction box to achieve class-bite relationship. Tap the Adjust Outcome button to adjust the outcome. The 3D control bar in the outcome adjustment screen is used to adjust the outcome or to showcase specific tooth movements. There are two tabs on the 3D control bar, Tooth and Arch. The Tooth tab allows precise control over tooth movement in a wide range of orientations, similar to the ClinCheck software. For example, you can control the translation movement or the crown angulation mesially or distally. The tooth movement options are extrusion and intrusion, translation of the buccal and lingual, translation mesial and distal, rotation, crown angulation, root torque, and crown tip. You can not only move the teeth, but also expand and contract the posterior arch by selecting the Arch tab instead of the Tooth tab in the 3D control bar. Use the Undo and the Redo buttons to correct mistakes and reverse actions. To display a before and after image of the tooth movement to the patient, tap the Compare with Original button. Once you have made all the desired changes to the simulated outcome, you are ready to send the simulation to IDS, the Invisalign doctor site, to create your treatment plan. Remember, you still need to submit a prescription, a 3D scan, an X-ray, and patient facial and intraoral photos using your IDS before the treatment plan can be created. The Invisalign Outcome Simulator helps dental professionals assess and create a preliminary treatment plan, which is transferred or replicated when they create the prescription on IDS. For the prospective patient, the simulator helps them visualize how their teeth might look at the end of the Invisalign treatment and supports their decision to accept it. Using the Invisalign Outcome Simulator with the patient is a 3-step process. First, access the patient scan via the iTero scanner or the myitero.com portal. Second, view and adjust the simulation and discuss your findings with the patient via WebViewer. Finally, once you and the patient agree on an outcome simulation, send this simulation to the IDS and proceed with the Invisalign treatment. It starts with iTero.